I do live as a person in the world, not just the art world.
In the fall of 2013, the Alzheimer Society London and Middlesex proposed an innovative project to well-known London artist Thelma Rosner. The challenge put to Thelma was simple in theory, but filled with complexities and many unknowns. Create a collaborative piece of art with clients who have early to middle stage dementia. The clients, along with volunteers to assist them, would be from Artful Minds, an Alzheimer Society social recreation program that uses art as an expressive therapy and socialization tool. Throughout her long career, Thelma has always worked alone, isolated in her creativity. The challenge to work collaboratively with the Society's clients was accepted, but not without reservations.
There were a couple of things that were striking about it and surprising to me, and one was that it should be a group effort. The second was that it should be based on something having to do with my own work as an artist. So those two things together, I thought were a kind of nutty combination.
A professional artist for almost 40 years, Thelma's latest work is based on grids and the use of repetitive patterns. Her art reflects the world around her. A recurring theme is conflict and struggle.
My work always refers to something outside of itself. In this case, in the case of my present work, it's conflict. And it's about any peoples who are coexisting, whose views of the world differ. It's about the pressures and the resignation in a conflict situation. My environment isn't totally an art environment, it's a world environment. It's having to do with daily life. Daily survival.
Daily survival, inner struggle, coexistence. Themes of conflict in far-off countries suddenly take on new meaning when juxtaposed with the challenges and conflicts experienced by people dealing with dementia. But how would it all come together?
At first, my ideas were desperate, and it seemed to me that they weren't satisfactory. But eventually, I came up with the simplest solution, which is sometimes always the best. What I'll do is one large project, and everyone will also do individual projects. I'm hoping to have examples of the work of the grid and the work of very famous artists, some very rich artists, and they'll see that this is part of how artists work, and they'll be asked to do the same sort of thing, using their imaginations and sense of color. Hi, good morning. I'm looking forward to this morning and working with you. Does everybody know what a grid is? A series of lines that are perpendicular and you make a kind of pattern, like a patchwork quilt. I wanted to show you some examples of grids. You have to imagine that this work is 8 feet by 9 feet. And he would sell a work like this that's oil on canvas, 8 feet by 9 feet, for $1.5 million. This is an example of a kind of irregular grid that's done by an artist named Paul Klee, a German artist. Here's another work by Sean Scully, also big money.
What does it represent?
It's just an abstraction. It's an abstraction, but he actually takes...
Oh, I wouldn't give you a penny for it.
Lucky for him, other people will.
You mentioned, Thelma, that you do artwork yourself.
Yeah.
Can we see your art?
Yeah. I'll show it to you right now. Not the original, but in a catalog. Okay, so here's a painting of mine. I like red.
I like that.
It's 8 by 6 feet.
Oh, I can understand.
Yeah, and here's a detail of it.
Wonderful.
So that's where I came up with the grid for our project. Okay, thank God you like it. Here's the paper that we're going to be using and passing around. And I've divided it into rectangles, as you see. So you choose, when this comes around, whichever rectangle you want to put your color in, and it would be a good idea to scatter your color around the surface.
The principle behind art therapy is the use of art's creative process to promote expression, and through that communication, a form of healing. For people with dementia, it emphasizes abilities that are still available and can be developed, rather than focusing on those that have been lost. There are other benefits as well.
I like to come here because I'm with people like me that are normal like me, and it makes you feel really good. It brings you together with other people, and it's just everybody here understands everybody.
I feel like I've done something. I feel like I'm creative. I'm a creative person, yeah.
To tell you the truth, I think this is one of the best things for me that's really ever happened to me, because this is letting me just do what seems to be coming to my noodle. To myself, I think it really is something really important to us.
I'm going to see what I can do as regards this. I mean, you do all these fantastic pictures.
Don't compare yours
I
to...
do squares.
Where's the spirits at today?
The first session quickly coming to a close, the process of painting a grid is taking longer than anticipated. The next session in a month's time will see the finishing of the piece with some special instructions from Thelma.
There's one new thing that I would like you to do first. Think of something that is simple to draw and that also means something personal to you.
I've never done any of this before. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't be here. This is just fantastic. It's helped me enjoy my life more. And I enjoy coming and talking to people that I probably would never have talked to in the first place.
I have what they call Benson syndrome, so it starts in the optical site. So it's a little bit frustrating because of my eyesight and I'm losing so much. I do enjoy the art program the best. I feel like I've accomplished something, like I've done something, and I love it. I love it.
This is my third time here and it's been a blast. We're allowed to do whatever we want, even today with Thelma saying we have a plan, work on it, but if you want to be free, go ahead. Doing artwork, you've got to be free. You have to be free.
There's a perfectionist.
A bird, an expression of love, a personal icon. The surface of the painting gradually gets populated with objects that have meaning to the clients. The project and the program's use of art and social interaction brings with it a language that bridges gaps and reduces isolation. For Thelma, the Artful Minds collaboration and its challenges have been met successfully. The power of art can indeed touch something deep inside us all. This experience has given her a reflection on the value and purpose of art.
I was thinking about the place of art in society and whether it should be an exclusive thing for professional artists or whether participation by everyone can be positive. And I'd certainly go with the latter. I think that for anybody who would like to do something creative, it can be a very happy experience. So art is part of everybody's life, or could be, and it would be a better world perhaps if it were.